Hey everybody, I am continuing on with my art tour. So I was going to stop my art tour after I finished up all the stuff I did in college, but I decided to make a few extra videos. If you're interested in seeing all the other videos in my art tour that I've done, there are plenty. I will leave a link in the description or a little card in the corner of the video. Lovely. So, what I'm going to go over in this video is work that I did over the past 3 years. All this was done outside of college or after I graduated. And even though it's 3 years of artwork, oh boy, there isn't a lot of it at all. And I'm probably going to get mad in this video, like I did in one of my previous videos. I think that was 2010 artwork, Plague of the Unfinished artwork, I think I named that one. So yeah, I'm gonna get about as mad in this one as I was in the other one. Oh, great. So most of the artwork that we're gonna go over, I've already done YouTube videos for, and that'll be the large majority of the artwork I'm going to show is stuff that I did for YouTube, and we're also gonna go over some stuff I didn't do for YouTube. It's gonna be in these sketchbooks. Let's go. Let's do this first little piece of crap. So neither of these sketchbooks are filled because I never fill sketchbooks. I never finish anything. Yeah. Already mad. Already mad. Okay, let's get into this one. So this one's from 2016 to 2016. Yeah, okay. So, I wish I could draw. What a great way to start things off. So we got this thing first. Let me zoom out a little bit. I think this is supposed to be Mikasa. Excuse me. Looks like shit. She totally doesn't have a forehead anymore. Kind of just poofed out of existence. I don't know where it went. Also looks like she's wearing a mop on her head. Fantastic. So the whole point of this little sketchbook was to do a doodle a day. Doesn't matter how terrible it looks, I just gotta draw something, and I wanted to fill out this sketchbook for the whole year. It's like, oh, it's small and tiny, that'll be good enough. It won't be too intimidating. If it's a little tiny thing, that'd be easy to fill up a page. Oh boy, I was wrong. Moving on. Got this atrocity. I tried so hard and got so far, and yet it didn't even matter. I'm sorry, I shouldn't make such shitty references. I'm sorry. Anyway, this piece of crap, I was drawing it for hours and I couldn't get it to look good. It just looked like garbo, and it still looks like garbo. So this is January 8th. This one was also January 8th, 2016. Next one, this is January 18th. So much for doing a doodle a day. Ha! Ha 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 ha. So I just copied off a photo. I think that's an iceberg. A mountain range? Clouds? Whatever. It's something. I don't know. And now we're like a month afterwards. This is March 18th. Yeah, so much for that drawing a day in here. So we got this jellyfish, this very, very flat jellyfish. It's like just got deflated. And I got this piece of shit from March 19th. I think this is, what is it? What is she called? Oh, from the Gray Man. Oh no, I forgot the names. All the names are gone, but it's from the Gray Man. It's a piece of shit, and you can tell that I got frustrated. I tried to draw her arms, but I couldn't, so I did the classic, I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm going to put the hands behind their back, so yeah. We got this nonsense. This is March 21st. Got these lips, gushing blood. Looks terrible. And this last thing, which is probably my favorite thing in here, is this kitty cat. It's a majestic kitty going meow, meow, meow. The only good thing in this stupid sketchbook. I actually redrew this for Inktober last year because I'm like, I like that kitty. I'm gonna redraw it because it's the only thing that's good in here. Only thing that's good. So yeah, already mad. And that's the last thing in this thing. I haven't touched it since, what was that, March 22nd? Yeah. So yeah, so much for doing a doodle a day in this little sketchbook. I'm never gonna touch it again. Yeah. I had a habit of never finishing anything. This seems to be a repeating theme in my life. I was gonna say something else about this. What was it? Oh. One of the reasons why I stopped doing a doodle a day, because apparently I couldn't bring myself to draw garbage, because I'm like, oh god, other people are gonna see this sketchbook. Oh no, I can't draw it, and everything's gonna look like garbage. No one can see my garbage, and they'll know that I'm a fraud, and that I can't really draw. So I stopped drawing, because literally everything was shit in here, and I got discouraged real quickly. Yeah. So yeah, that thing makes me mad. And it's gone. So the stuff in this next sketchbook is 2015 to 2017. And no, it's not filled up, even though it has 3 years in here. I think it's a little over halfway filled up, which is impressive for me because I'm lucky if I draw on a page or two of a sketchbook and then never touch it again. Indeed. So this one's not as bad. There are some nice things in here. There's some practice, and then there's just some sketches for line art and stuff. This first couple pages from 2015, I stopped drawing for a long time in 2015, and I think I was rereading all of the Attack on Titan manga, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to draw out some panels on here, just because I'm not care what they look like, because it's been so long since I drew, so I was like, you know what? Who cares? So I just drew some of these out, and some of them aren't too bad. Got Armin, Casa, Eren. I think this is Female Titan arc that I was reading at this time, and I drew that stuff out. Yep, see? Female Titan. Now this is horrifying. I messed that up super bad, but the face is alright. I got a little rhino here. My cousin wanted me to draw his stuffed animal, so I did that. There we got Levi. Eren again. Female Titan. No spoilers, I promise. Yes, I'm all caught up on the manga to this point, so yeah, no spoilers. I'll keep my mouth shut. Though most people should be past the Female Titan arc. Yeah, whatever. I still shut up. What's her name? Krista. It's Krista at this point. Levi again. Oh, they captured her. Some eyeballs. That's a candle holder that my aunt had draw. I got Hanji, Eren, Reiner Berthold, and I got a little thumbnail sketch for another drawing we're gonna see later. Ymir, a whole bunch of Eren. Eren was fun to draw because he's always very, very expressive, so he had a lot of stuff going for him, so I drew him a lot. He's certainly not my favorite character, but he was fun to draw. Up, and Attack on Titan sketches are done. And I think after this one, that's all the sketches I did while reading manga, because I'm lazy. So this one's from D. Grayman, this one's Wisely. I think this was the first chapter Hoshino put out after a very long hiatus, so I drew this. This was exciting. I drew this picture of Wisely. God, I was so excited when D. Grayman came back for so long. Okay, these are just thumbnail sketches. 2 of these are actually done. That's a spooky house with jump scares fan art I did, which is done. There's another spooky. All these are spooky house with jump scares thumbnails. This one's done. And I never finished this one. I'm hoping to get it done this year. I'm hoping to get it done this month. We'll see. We'll see. And there's a kitty cat. Adorable. So here's a line art for the spookies. Fan art. I have a YouTube video of this. That's all finished. There's another sketch, I should say, not line art. But sketch for a finished piece. It's already on my YouTube channel. Here's the one that I never finished. Here's a sketch for it. This is the Deer God, or Specimen 8, whatever you like to call it. I'm hoping to get this one done this month. I'm gonna redraw it. So this drawing is a couple years old. I think this is it 2016 or is this 2015 still? This might still be 2015. Yeah, I think it is. This is probably summer 2015, so I haven't gotten to 2016 yet. Here's sketches for a shirt I never made. Sketches for a present for my sister. So this is funny. This was a fun one. So if I'm having if I have a terrible mood or I'm having a depressive episode or something like that, I can't draw to save my life. So if I'm feeling miserable, the worst thing I can do is draw, because then it's gonna look like garbage and then I'm gonna feel worse. Yeah. So I was absolutely miserable when I drew this one out. It looks horrifying. And I drew this one a couple days after when I was feeling a little bit better. I also looked up a few references since I was still afraid to draw. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll just look up some pictures of Happy to see what he actually fucking looks like. And maybe I can get something down. And I came up with this. And this is Happy from Fairy Tale. The anime, manga, whatever. And I got some sketches for a drawing I made for my cousin. This is Five Nights at Freddy's. The final piece doesn't look like this. They're spaced out a little bit differently. And a sketch for drawing for my brother. Oh, this is on my YouTube channel. What was the other one? This one's also on my YouTube channel, if you're interested. Now we'll be seeing the finished ones of those later. I got Jack Skellington, did for my brother. Got Grell from Black Butler, which I don't watch or read. That one's for my sister. And I got some jellyfish sketches. Ew. Another jelly. Jellies. I have this little sketch. This is Hisako from Killer Instinct. When did I draw this? I think it was before I went to the movies at a drive-in, and I think I drew this before one of the movies started because I was bored. So I drew that. Thumbnail sketches for new avatars. I end up using this one because this one looked terrible on as an actual avatar. I don't know why. Okay, we got this little thing. Got the Woofy. This is a Saberwolf from Killer Instinct. This should be a video on my channel soon. I'm recording this video before I upload it. I did this in 2016. I recorded it, did a voiceover for it. Voiceover was terrible, so I never even bothered doing another voiceover until just recently. I just did the new voiceover for it, and it should be uploaded before this one goes up. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. And then this is a sketch for Orchid. She's also from Killer Instinct. I was in a big Killer Instinct mood back in 2016. It's funny because I couldn't play the game. I tried playing the new one, but my PC is a potato and it would crash all the time. And I can't afford an Xbox One, nor do I want one. So I didn't play the new KI. I used to play the old ones. barely touched a new one because my potato PC would just crash and shit itself every time I tried to play. So yeah, that didn't happen. So I just watch other people play because that's all I could do. Or just play the old ones. I'm totally not an emulator. I mean, what? No. Who does that? Who plays games on emulators? I don't. Never. Anyway. These are thumbnail sketches for my old end slate, end card, whatever you want to call it. It's a sketch for work. Sketch for Hisoka. Drawing I did. Here's a sketch for the Flareon redraw I did. Pretty much all these we're gonna see again later. Are all on my YouTube channel. This is a sketch for an unfinished piece I will hopefully see sometime this month as well. Hopefully. And we got this thing I never finished because it looked like garbage. It's Harley Quinn. It's supposed to be a present for my mom, but I hated this one because I'm like, oh god, it looks terrible. I guess it doesn't look that bad. It could be worse. And I redrew it again. I like this one a little bit better. So I gave my mother that. I recorded this. I never uploaded the video. I never even did a voiceover for it. I'll get around to it eventually. Maybe I'll do it or maybe I won't. I don't know. We got thumbnail sketches. Can't barely see these. For other artworks. These artworks. So I got my sad little animals. Little series. I might do this series again someday. Don't know. Got a little sad jelly. Sad bunny. Thumbnail sketches for this thing, which is supposed to be an oil painting. I might get around to finishing that too. Maybe. Who knows? Probably not. If you notice, some of these are sketches for stuff I actually did, and some of these are sketches for stuff that I never did. These are thumbnail sketches for Majora's Mask fan art I wanted to do. I never decided which one I wanted. I kind of like all three of them. I don't know. I still want to do this artwork, but I haven't decided which one I want to do. Or maybe I'll just scrap all of these and think of another one. And here's the thumbnail for a redraw I wanted to do of an unfinished artwork. I tried redrawing it in one of these pages and it was just utter garbage and I never touched it again. Haha. This is one half of a sketch I did for a Pokemon fan art that I never finished. Hopefully, maybe one day I'll finish it. Seems to be a running theme again. Hopefully, maybe I'll finish it one day. Yeah, no I won't. And this is an avatar I drew for my second channel that I never touched because, haha, I wanted to do a kids drawing channel, but I'm eternally lazy, so that never happened. Sketch for a drawing from my sister. There's another half of the sketch for the Pokemon fan art. It's Decidueye. I named my Decidueye Opicon in the game. Yeah. Here's the first sketch for a Greninja I drew. Or for my cousin. I actually redraw it in the next page. Then I got a sketch of Vegeta and Goku. That's for my brother. And here's the redrawn Greninja. That one looks a lot better. The other one is very sad. Here's thumbnail sketches for my Animal Crossing fan art, which I did finish, surprisingly enough. There's the majority of the sketch. This paper was a little too small to fit all the little details I want on here, so I couldn't really fit this in here and get the detail that I wanted because the paper was too small, and there was a little section here I needed to draw. So I drew those on separate pieces of paper. I ended up not liking that. I drew the flowers separately. And I drew these little characters separately. And there's the retail and Reese and the hell is Reese and I never remember his name. I never remember the other one's name. Again, then I just edited all these sketches in GIMP and put them all together. Here's a Mikasa I never finished. Here is that unfinished artwork. Ended up looking too much like me because I used myself as a reference, and it's just so bad. Like everything's just, ugh, it's not what I wanted at all. We're coming down to the wire. I think it's the last 2 pages. These are thumbnail sketches for Levi fan art I wanted to do. Ended up going with that one for reasons. I wanted this cool, impressive back shot of him, but it ended up looking like shit. And this is around the time where I think I just was done with drawing. So this is 2017 at this point. And I was just done drawing because I was absolutely miserable and nothing looked the way I wanted it to. And here's the last one where I just pretty much gave up. So this is the first Levi thing I did, and my god, it looks terrible. I got so upset. It's like disgusting. And you can see little scratch marks I have in here. And I was like, I suck at drawing. I hate everything. What does that say? It never looks right. So yeah, I got really mad. And I ended up sketching this one out later. And that was for the video where I talk about how much I hate my drawing. And that's the last thing in the sketchbook. So yeah, this one gets a little miserable too at the end. Fantastic. Wonderful. Yeah, so we're gonna get into finished stuff next. I think almost all of this stuff has a corresponding YouTube video on my channel, so if any of this tickles your fancy, you can go look at my old videos and watch a video for it with a wonderful voiceover that totally won't be cringy, I promise. Okay, let's go over the finished stuff I have for 2015. I only have 3? When did I start posting videos? Oh, I didn't start posting videos until the end of 2015, so that would probably explain why I only have 3 of these. Okay, so I got, oh, I have 4. There's a little one hiding. So I got this Levi here. Before I started using markers exclusively, well, almost exclusively. This is all done with colored pencil. I think this took me like 12 hours to color. Yes, it took me 12 hours to color this itty bitty little thing. Oh, that's zooming in. This tiny little thing took me that long because colored pencils are a struggle, so I barely ever use them. This little Levi. Oh my gosh, zoom in. There we go. It's alright, I guess. Perspective is a little weird. Suppose the coloring's nice. Maybe. So that's Levi. And then we got Petra and her tree friend. Yeah, totally not morbid. Oh, no, why would you think that? It's fine. So yeah, Petra X Tree. My one true pairing. It's the only thing I ship. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is actually the first drawing I did using just markers, I think. This is where I fell in love with markers. And I'm like, oh wow, I did this in like 30 minutes compared to this that took me almost 12 hours. I'm like, oh wow, markers are great. They are great. This next one I have this is like my first banner I made for my channel. Just anime-ish looking eyes. With this really gross marker shit I did here. I edited that out when I made it my banner because that looks terrible. Don't know what I was going for with that. So yeah, this is just done excuse me, with colored pencils and a little bit of gel pen. Lovely. And this next one is the Spooky House of Jump Scares fan art. We saw the sketch for it in the sketchbook. And here's the finished one. It's cute. There's some things about it I don't like too much, especially these rocks in the foreground. They kind of look like blobs instead of rocks. Probably should put a little bit more detail in them. The sky doesn't look how I wanted it to. Moving on to 2016. So this first one, this little guy, this little jellyfish. I like to call it sweet jelly because it's cute and sweet and it's a jelly. Adorable. I love jellyfish. I don't know if you know that. Knew that. Know it. Words. I love jellyfish. That's all that matters. I love little jellies. They're actually technically called jellies, not jellyfish, because they're not fish. So scientifically call them jellies. Yes. And I think that sounds a lot cuter. Little jellies. So cute. Anyway. We got more jellies. I like jellies. This one doesn't have a cute little face on it though. This one's all done with ink. This other one was done with markers. These just little itty bitty things. Cute. And I have Hisoka. We saw the sketch for this in my sketchbook. This is a character for Hunter. Couldn't speak for a moment there. This one's done with markers. I drew these at the beginning of 2016. Well, I colored them at the beginning of 2016. I actually originally drew these back in 2010. Yeah. Yeah, that's a long time in between finishing something, isn't it? Finished them in 2016. So I drew them and I was doodling them in my college classes, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I'll finally actually finish these, and I did. I actually redrew this one. It was originally just Jet and like my hamster who died a while ago. Then I redrew it to add my mom's other cats. So there's Pretty Lady. There's Jet again. Po Kitty, the big baby. And then this one on top is Sweetie Pie. And then there I am in a cat pajamas. Because why not? Next one is a little two-parter. So we saw these sketches in my sketchbook. It's my avatars. This one didn't. This one ended up looking really bad on as an avatar on the computer. I don't know why, but I can never get it to look right. It always just looked really weird. So I ended up sticking with this one for 2 years. Now these right here are the first attempts at coloring these with markers. So I didn't have a whole lot of colors when I drew this one. So I had to use like color pencils to fill in some of the gaps, and it looked terrible. And then I was also using Prismacolor liner pens, and they are not alcohol-based marker resistant. They bled all over the place. And you can see it pretty bad in this one, around the lips. And bled really bad. And I was like, oh no, that's not gonna work. So I stopped. I ended up buying new colors for my markers and new liners. I got the Copic liner once, and then worked out a lot better. That's for sure. Yeah, those are those. That's that. This, all that jazz. And we saw the sketches for these saw the sketches for these in the sketchbook. Yeah. So these are two things I drew for my old end card. I ended up going with the bottom one. It's just me and Jet. Big fat meanie. Yep. Done with markers, obviously. And this one, saw her in the sketchbook. This orchid and this tiger cat thing. It looks terrible. I wasn't sure how to draw this, so I looked up references of tattoos. So this is markers and a little bit of ink. I'm actually never put this on my YouTube channel. I might. I still have the recordings of it, so I might do a new voiceover and actually stick it on my YouTube channel, and I'll talk about it more there. Maybe. I don't know. This is before I had enough colors for markers. There we go, words. And I ended up scaring myself when I first drew this because I was like, oh no! I made some messes, but I ended up fixing it in the end. Oh, no. There we go. So there's that. And I'll show these two first. This is one of my banners I painted for back in 2016. I ended up changing this like only not even a few months afterwards because it looks really bad. It looked really bad as a banner for a couple reasons. One, it was on this textured canvas paper. It's an oil painting on this textured canvas paper, and it's really hard to photograph because the oil paint was so shiny, and then we got this texture here. It was so hard for me to photograph, and it just looked terrible. So that was that, and then the painting itself is pretty shit. Not that great. I ended up redoing this whole thing as a watercolor ink marker drawing painting hybrid, and it ended up looking a lot better. I think that's my banner right now, but I'm considering changing it again, but I haven't thought of anything yet. So there's that. Then I did another oil painting for a banner I never use. I just eyeballs and a bunch of black space. Very creative. Totally doesn't look like shit. I'm so glad I never used this. It would have looked terrible as a banner. So yeah, eyes and oil paints. The red in the eyes looks nice, and that's about it. Okay, so here's the banner I ended up going with. So I just redrew. This is a few months in between, and I repainted this one, and did this, which looks a lot better. Looks a lot nicer as a banner than the other one did. Mainly because it's not on that shitty canvas paper. Ugh, God, I don't like canvas paper at all. It's gross. So, more jellies, because of course. And these jellies look a lot better than the other ones, that's for sure. Adorable. And I have two more for 2016. No, zoom out, damn it. There we go. I got this one. This is a mainly watercolor painting. I had some difficulties with this because I still wasn't used to watercolor. I think it's like the second watercolor thing I did. Ended up trying to fix it up with some markers, but that didn't work very well. Mainly because it's on watercolor paper. Markers and watercolor paper don't mix very well. And I try to add some details in with color pencils. So we saw the sketch for this in the sketchbook. It's also a YouTube video. And the last one I'm going to show for 2016 is a little bit big. So this is Spooky House of Jump Scares fan art watercolor painting. I think it's the first watercolor painting that I did, so it took me a very long time to do this because I was used to using acrylic ink. And acrylic ink is permanent, so once it dries, it never comes off. Unlike watercolor, which I should have known, which I kind of did, but I was still surprised. So it was really hard to layer with the watercolor paints because it would re-wet the layer underneath it, and then it would all the layers would just mush together, and I was like, oh, that's not what I wanted at all. So there's this one. Zoom out a little bit more. Again, I have a video on my YouTube channel talking about this one a little more in depth. Really like this one a lot. I still really like this one, which is funny because I usually hate most of my shit after like almost immediately after I draw it. But no, I still like this one. And we got 2017, which I might get mad at when I start talking about it. So we saw the sketch for this. in the sketchbook. This was an avatar for my second channel that I never used and probably never will. It's supposed to be a kids drawing channel. I was gonna call it. It is called Sweet Jelly, but I'm probably never gonna put any videos on there ever because I'm lazy. Very lazy. And I also made this for when I tested out the Blick Studio markers. When I first got them, I did a first impressions video of them. So if you want to see me draw this thing, you can check out that video. I'm actually going to do a full-fledged review of the Blick Studio markers since I've had over a year actually to use them and get used to them. So I think I can actually accurately describe what I like and don't like about them and give them an even fairer review than I could have when I did my first impressions video. So I'll do that eventually. Not sure when. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to it this month or next month, but I definitely want to do that soon. Oh god, then we got... I'll go over that one later. We got these. I did these for my budget color pencil comparison video. That was a mouthful. They're just jellyfish that I did to test out a bunch of student grade budget colored pencils. I used Sargent, Crazy Art, Rose Art, Stedler, Crayola, Prang, and this was just a Prismacolor one as a reference. So I'm just comparing these. How many was that? 7? 6? 6. Okay, 6. So if you want me to, if you're interested in that and want to know what's the best out of these, you can watch that video. If you like. Some of these I absolutely hated. Some of these were great. Almost as good as Prismacolor. So yeah. If you're interested in that, you can check that out. Okay, I'll go over these next. We saw sketches for these in the sketchbook. I got these 3 little guys. I'll go over Sad Little Bunny. Don't worry, I'm fine. So the whole point for these, I wasn't feeling too miserable. I didn't... No, this is 2017. This is the start of the year, so I wasn't that miserable. Which is funny, because I usually go for my depressive episodes at the very beginning of the year, and then they last for the rest of the winter. Which makes sense, because seasonal affective disorder is a thing, so I live up north, and it's cold up here. I never go outside in the winter. But surprisingly enough, I did pretty well early 2017. I didn't get miserable until the summer, which is great. Because I love summer, and I was absolutely miserable, like, almost the whole summer. And I drew nothing at all. Oh, we'll get there in a moment. So yeah, I drew these out. Painted them early January 2017. It was just expressing my misery with cute little animals. The cold is misery. It most certainly is misery. I hate the cold. I hate living up here. Ugh. And it's winter right now, and it's cold and gross, snowy outside, and nasty. Ew. The cute little kitty cat, cute little bunny, and the last one I did was a sad little jellyfish. Sad little jelly. Sometimes you must swim alone. Alone. So I just wanted to make sad little cute animals for these. I actually did another one of these for Inktober. And then I never really went back to doing them. I might start doing these again. If I run out of ideas, I might do some more of these. We'll see. I'm saving that thing for the last. Let's go over Animal Crossing first. When did I do this one? Was it February? Last year? Or was it March when I finished this? I don't remember. It was early last year. I had a lot of fun with this one. This is where I really had time to sit down and get used to the Blick Studio and brush markers. And I noticed a few things about them. figured out how to color with them properly so I could avoid some issues I was having. Might have just been the combination of the Bristol board and the Blick markers, which I did talk about in that video that I made, my first impressions with the Blick Studio markers. Again, I want to do another review with them, like a full-fledged review. If you're wondering, I really like the Blick Studio markers, if you're just curious right now. If you want a very quick and easy opinion of them, I really do like them. Not sure if I like them as much in my Prismacolors, but I still really like them a lot. They're about... I like them about the same. Anyway, back to the Animal Crossing fan art. We saw this in the sketchbook. In pieces, and then I pieced it back together in GIMP, made it a little bit bigger, put it on some Bristol board. There's my character. It's what she looked like at that moment. I love the festival dress and headpiece. It's very nice. And I always like having short hair in Animal Crossing. So yeah, there's a video on my channel of this if you're interested in hearing me talk about it more. We're gonna get to the last thing I want to talk about for 2017. Oh, I dropped it. It's actually very appropriate. It belongs on the floor. I'll go grab it. So this is one of the last things I did in 2017 for a very long time. So I did this in March. This is a video on my channel. I think it's titled I Hate Drawing. Oh. So edgy. Anyway. So this is around the time where I just gave up drawing for months. As I normally do. It's not uncommon for me at all. So I stopped drawing in March and I didn't... Well, I drew a few sketches here and there, but I never finished them. And then I didn't actually make any finished artwork until October. Inktober, to be exact, is when I actually started drawing again. So this thing, this little piece of shit Levi chibi right here makes me mad. Because I stopped drawing for so long. And this little piece of shit was the catalyst for that. I just got so frustrated trying to make a Levi fan art, and I was just like, fuck it, I'll do a simple chibi. That's easy enough. I can muster up that. I can draw that thing. But yeah, I think this is like the last thing I drew in 2017. Other than the Inktober stuff, but I think the Inktober stuff is just going to be its own video. Yes, I'm going to go over my Inktober stuff in February, because that's how you do. Not in, you know, at the end of Inktober. No, that would make sense. I'm doing it in February. The year after. Yeah. So yeah, if you want a little time capsule of me whining about my drawing skills or lack thereof, you can totally watch that video on my channel that's I hate drawing, or was it a sad little video about my art? I think that's what I called it. But the thumbnail says I hate drawing, so if you wanna cringe a bit, you can watch that thing. Yeah. And then I have 3 things for this year to go over. I'm on a roll. I already had 3 drawings. It's only the beginning of the year? Wow! I'm on a roll. I usually never do any. Fun. So this is the avatar. The new avatar I made that I ended up not using and ended up doing something a lot simpler than this. It looks a whole lot nicer, and I did it digitally. So this was only like my avatar for like 2 weeks. And then I changed it because I was like, oh, that looks bad. It's like the same thing for the other avatars I showed earlier. It was the same thing for that. Like, it looks okay here, but when it's actually on the computer as an avatar, it just looked bad. The new one I got, I actually really like it a lot, so I might be keeping that one around for a few years because it's nice. I like it. Can't say the same for this one. Ugh, we got this piece of shit I drew for my Finish It challenge. Ugh. So yeah, if you watched videos of mine in January of 2018, they all have this thing on it. I made a little Finish It challenge where I would challenge myself to finish a whole bunch of artwork that I never finished, mainly the sketches I did back in 2017. But yeah, I ended up failing that challenge and didn't finish half the stuff I wanted to finish. I talk about that in a different video. Talk about that in my Night Mine video, actually, and we're gonna go over that drawing next. Yeah. So this is Night Mine fan art I did. This was the end of the Finish It challenge. So this was the last video I made for that stupid challenge that I fucked up so bad. And actually, I think I drew this in November. There is Night Mine. The camera hates this artwork. It's very pink, but it just blows out all the pink really badly. I don't know why. But this is it the most recent video? It's one of the most recent videos I uploaded at this time of recording this video. And it's called Let's Open Our Night Mines While I Fail on My Personal Challenges is what I named it. Very creative title. So I want to check out the video for this. You can hear me whine about failing my challenge while I color this thing. For the most part I like this, but I don't know, I think I went a little too crazy with the gel pen, which I did talk about in the video for this. And I don't know, some of my color choices I'm kind of just like, not too sure about. It's very pink, which isn't a bad thing, but it might be too pink. I'm still up in the air. I haven't really decided how I feel about this thing. So yeah, that should be the end for this artwork. So I went over stuff I did outside of college, either before or after I graduated. I graduated in 2015, so the majority of this I did outside of college after graduation. Hopefully this video was interesting. Pretty much, like I said before, almost all the stuff I went over as a corresponding video in my YouTube channel. If any of that artwork looked cool to you, you can just look through my videos and check it out if you're interested. Totally not trying to advertise other videos in here. Nah, who does that? Nah. I totally am. Go check out my other videos, please. Okay, anyway, that should be the end of this one. I'm probably gonna go over my Inktober stuff next, and that should be it for my art tour. Finally, it only took me like a month of recording and editing to get it done, and I wanted to do the art. I started doing my art tour last year in March, and now I'm finally finishing it. So yeah, this is almost like a year in the making, and it's almost done. Almost. I have to edit my fabric video, this video, record Inktober, and that's it. Oh my god, so I'm so excited to finally get all this crap done. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Art tour is coming to an end. Finally, like, comment, and subscribe, or don't. Probably shouldn't. Yeah, you shouldn't. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Rambling too long. Bye-bye. See ya.